Namaskar. This video is about why I'm saying Namaskar. Namaskar is the form of greeting. We greet each other with this gesture. In the Western world, when we greet, we say hello, hi, how are you, how are you doing? And then we also shake the hands. So these are all nice ways to greet each other. And the significance for example, when we shake the hands is that it's from the times when there was so much clash between the tribes and peoples, so that each talk may end up on the with decapitation. Your head would be chopped off. So you want to show your peaceful intentions. You shake the hand. It means in my right hand there is no sword. I am not handling the sword. I'm not wielding the sword. I am shaking your hand. And you also shaking my hand. You are not keeping your sword. In some cultures where the deceitfulness is practiced more widely, people shake hands like this, with two hands. I have no sword and I also have no dagger behind my back. So you can be completely calm, you can completely relax. We can talk. You will survive this talk. So this was the way, and now it loses its it is not so relevant anymore, and we need to search for another form of greeting. And also from the viewpoint of spirituality, when you touch a person, you get very much affected by his or her vibration. Especially when you meditate, you clean up your mind, you make it empty, you remove the crude vibrations. So if you touch someone, the crude vibration may jump easily within you, and you don't want to be colored by the moods and waves and energies of other people, especially of those people who are not doing meditation. Of course, sometimes we have to adjust. Sometimes, if someone is trying to shake your hand and you just say, oh, Namaskar, Namaskar, then maybe he will be very much offended. So sometimes we adjust. But ideally, we try to avoid touching other people. We try to stay in our own energy. We try to stay in our own atmosphere that we create. Only in family relations people are allowed to touch, because they become just like one body, one mind, one vibration, one energy. And your energy does not go anywhere. It stays within your house. But with other people, it is encouraged not to touch. Then what is the way? The way is there is one alternative way. It's called Namaskar. And you are touching in this gesture. You are touching here and you are touching here. These are two very important centers. One is Agya chakra, the center controlling the mind, and Anahata chakra, the center controlling the tendermost and sweetest emotions. So, I'm saying Namaskar. It means I salute you, I salute thee, with all the perceptiveness, with all the attention, with all the concentration, with all the charm of my mind, and all the kindness, all the tenderness and love of my heart. I salute the Supreme Consciousness within you. Namaskar. There are three ways. In India also you will find Namaskar, Namaste, Namastubhyam. So Namaskar means simply Namaskara. It means I salute. It does not say whom I salute. But the ideation is that I salute the Supreme Consciousness within you. I will salute Supreme Consciousness within you. Namaste means I salute you. And Namastubhyam also, I salute you. So why choose Namaskar, not Namaste and Namastubhyam? If you look into the deeper meaning of the word Namaha, it is not only greeting. It is not only I salute you. It means also I surrender before you. I lie prostrate before you. I bow to you. This kind of meanings is there. If you look in how this word is used in the mantras in the Sanskrit, So I bow before you, but the philosophy of life of the yogi is that he will bow only before the Supreme Consciousness. He will not bow before any human being. We should not we should not cultivate neither inferiority complex nor superiority complex. I will not look down at anyone, and I will not look up to anyone. Either it is a homeless or president, I will try to see as same. Of course, they are not same. President has a huge responsibility and deserves huge respect from the society. And someone who has degenerated himself, maybe he's alcoholic or something like that, he deserves less respect from the social viewpoint. The form is different, but the essence, you pay respect to the essence and not to the form. Essence, everyone is the same. The essence of each person is that infinite consciousness, that infinite bliss and infinite love. So that's the ideation that I am not bowing before you. I'm trying to perceive the Supreme Consciousness within you, and I bow before that Supreme Consciousness. I make myself humble before that Supreme Consciousness. I look into your eyes and I try to perceive the Supreme within those eyes. So this is the ideation. Whenever you meet people, you will feel that people are coloring you. They are affecting your state of mind. The vibrations of the people are transmitted to you. So the Namaskar is the entire philosophy. Is not to become affected by those vibrations, by those moods of the people, by those energies of the people, but try to stay in touch not with the person, but with the divine within himself. And then our mind will stay constantly elevated. How much we are advanced in this practice is another matter, but we are trying, constantly we are trying. So first of all, you are not affected so much by the vibration of that person because you are seeing the divine within him. And then also, you yourself, prepare yourself. I am saying Namaskar to you. I make myself humble before this Supreme Consciousness. I am prepared to give you full attention, my full love, my everything. So this is the power of this greeting. And apart from that, I thought it is just a symbolic thing that, okay, you touch here and you touch here, it signifies this and signifies that. But then later, about 10 years ago, I was doing Namaskar, 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 Namaskar. But one day, I did Namaskar and I felt something. I can describe it as a flow. I felt the flow of energy in this center and this center. My mind opened, my heart opened. And then I thought, wow, this gesture has a power. It's not only symbolic, it is also biopsychological. It affects the body and mind. Actually, there is one practice. It's called Pitri Jagya. It is done after the bath. You face the sun. You can face the light, but especially beneficial if you, while still, the body is covered with water, the drops of water on the body, on the skin. Just after the shower, you face the sun and you do a special mantra and mudra. And in that mudra there are 2 times Namaskar, you say, like this. And when you do that, after that practice, immediately some golden effulgence come to your face. Very interesting. Some glaze comes to your body. Because your Anahata chakra is getting stimulated and you're absorbing the energy of the light. So this gesture is actually powerful. It is very beneficial for us to do it as often as need to be. Apart from Namaskar, there is this Namaste and Namastubhyam. And in India they use it indiscriminately. They say Namaskar, they say Namaste. They don't try to look into any deeper meaning. But for us, Namaste means I salute you. I salute thee. Namastubhyam also, I salute you. So this is applicable only to God, only to the Supreme Entity, or to the one, to the person who has melted his mind into the Supreme Mind. And he has, actually, he looks like a human, but inside he has become divine. Inside he has become cosmic. So that type of person is a realized master, is a guru, is a saint. So before such person we can say Namaste, Namastubhyam. So this will be the proper way. But to normal people we will say Namaskar. Namaskar. So Namaskar, if you tell to the saint Namaskar, he will be very happy. It is a universal way. If you say to the degraded man Namaskar, he will be very happy. It is universal way. But Namaste and Namastubhyam very special. Apart from that, there are different ways also to do greetings. There is one Namaskar, another one. If you respect someone very, very, very much, you can do Charanasparsh Pranam. It means, Charanasparsh means touching the feet. It is believed that feet is the lowest part of the body, so all the heaviest vibrations, all the sins are there in the feet. But if the person is very elevated, sins are no more. Only the merits are there. And if you touch the feet, you get transmission of the sentient force, of the energy of life, energy of goodness. And then you express your respect in such a way that I respect you so much that even your feet I don't mind to touch. But that can be done only if you have a genuine respect for that person. Let's say you touch the feet thinking that, I want to show my loyalty. He is a great man, he is a powerful man, let me touch his feet. He will feel that, oh, this is my man. I will, protect him, I will promote him. So if this is intention, and then internally you despise that person, you think, oh, he has so many defects, he has so many demerits, and same time you still touch the feet because of his social position, social power, then those demerits, because you are thinking about them, you are concentrating on those demerits, you are not protected from those demerits. If you touch, you will get some of those demerits into your own personality. And then also your inferiority complex. You feel that somebody is higher, I am lower. You look at someone up, at someone you look down. The mind becomes, reaches the imbalanced state. So should not do. Give Namaskar, that is good enough. I remember one friend of mine, he said, I don't worry so much about this Charanasparsh Pranam. The one who deserves this greeting, if I don't do, he will not mind. But if he minds, he does not deserve. And then I thought this is very logical. And then, but if you respect someone very, very much, if you really see the divinity in that person, and if you touch, I remember one time I was in India and there were so many senior teachers meditating for 30, 40 years. And one day I just did Charanasparsh Pranam. I touched the feet. When I touched the feet, I felt some angle changed in my mind. Some angle of viewing the world changed. Some very, very subtle opening up happened in my mind. And I just understood something. Then I realized that this man was doing sadhana, going through different trials and tribulations, going through different tests. He has earned some wisdom by his labor. Now I touched his feet, and for free I got also some wisdom. That inspired me very much. I thought, wow. And then later on, I spoke with my good friend, and I consider him to be also my teacher. And he told me, spirituality moves through the power of blessing. if you get blessed by powerful soul, your welfare in the spiritual world opens up. You will progress in the spiritual world. Likewise, if you somehow, it is difficult, but if you somehow make the spiritual person angry at you, if he really dislikes you somehow, then there is a huge impediment, there is a huge obstacle on the path of your progress. So don't make these people upset. Try to make them happy. Of course, if you are spiritually elevated, you will love everybody. You will not despise, you will not hate anybody. But still, it's better not to try to make them angry. And then he told me, you know, when you touch feet, when you do Charanasparsha Pranam, whatever your relations might be, but at that moment is such a gesture of humility. At that moment, person must bless you, and you are getting the blessing. So it is my practice whenever I see a senior person. And my vision is that I respect everyone. It's not that I am stupid, I will not see the defects. I see the defects. But these defects are so small in comparison with the virtues of the people. I see these people have been meditating for 40 years. You must be something to do that. You must be somebody to stay on the path. It's not easy. And I have such a huge veneration for the senior people. So I will touch and I feel my heart is, there is such a sweetness in this expression. So you do Charanasparsha Pranam. This is another way. And then there is a final way. That final way is only reserved to Supreme Consciousness and to God. You do it before God or to the Guru, the one who has embodied the God within himself. That way you lie flat on the ground, stretched, all the limbs stretched in one line, just like one line you become. That symbolizes you are like an arrow, you have been shooted in one direction, you are flying like an arrow towards the Supreme. You are completely simple, you have surrendered everything, you don't look in other direction, you only move towards God, and you completely entrusted yourself to God. It's a powerful gesture. Sometimes when I don't know, I need knowledge, but I don't have. I do this Sashtang Pranam. I lie flat on the ground, thinking, oh God, let me become the tool of your love. Let me become the tool of your wisdom. Let me express you through me. And then sometime it happened that suddenly I need to speak before 100 people or 200 people. And naturally you worry a bit. And especially when your mind is empty, you don't know what to say. It looks very silly. You have come there on the stage, but what to say? So I do this gesture. And while doing that gesture, some flashes of consciousness happens to me. I just dun, this. And then I start to speak. It flows very harmoniously. And then there are many people, they say, you know, you have answered my questions. You know, you have answered my questions. That's the beautiful cosmic synergy. That is how it works. But you have to surrender to him. If you keep yourself as you, as ego, then he cannot give you knowledge because you are not accepting. You are blocking it. But when you have done this, then he can fill you up. You empty yourself and he will fill you up. This is the idea. Whenever I feel powerless, I have exhausted my strengths. I have no energy, no inspiration. Do Sashtang Pranam. Then I feel, if you want me to do your work, if you want me to be your tool, then I am here. Otherwise, I will remain here. And then some energy comes, inspiration comes, and then you go on moving. So this is also very, very important gesture. At least few times a day we should do. At least few times a day we should establish this relationship. Oh Supreme Entity, I am yours. You are the essence of my heart. You are me. I am you. You are within me. And all my crude, all my superficial portions, I surrender before you. You become the boss. I will be your tool. I will be your media to perform whatever you desire. So this is the ideation. So I thought I will record very short video, but it has become long. There are a few ways. Namaskar can be done for everybody. Namaste to Guru, Namastubhyam to Guru, to God. These are the ways. And then you do Namaskar like this. You do Namaskar, touch the feet, and you do just lying flat on the ground. These are the 3 ways. And the Western way, though the idea is very good, it is from the spiritual point of view is not ideal because you are getting the vibrations of other people. Thank you very much. Now I will say Namaskar to you with all the perceptiveness, attention, concentration of my mind, with all the sweetness of my heart. I salute the Supreme Entity within you. I bow before that Supreme. Namaskar.